All right. I'm here with Justin Sane of Alpha-1 Wrestling and other promotions across the independent scene in Ontario. It's a pleasure to interview him. So I want to start by asking Justin Sane, where did you start your training, and how many years did that take for you to get your initial training in?
Well, I would say people should always be training. Like, you should always be training.
Yeah,
You can never stop learning, right?
that's right.
I started training when I was 15 years old at
Yeah.
LOWA. It was a little spot in Hamilton.
Yeah.
So I went to a March break training camp, and it was just
Wow.
like a week of pure hell.
Yeah.
And then I was hooked after that.
Nice. Do you have any martial arts training or kickboxing training or anything like that?
Absolutely not. Actually, when I was younger, I did want to get into karate.
Yeah.
And all that martial arts stuff, but two things: my family couldn't afford it,
Yeah.
and secondly, I wanted to learn it for the wrong reasons. So my mom's like, "Yeah, no, you just want to beat people up." So
Yeah,
no, I did not get into karate or martial arts.
You kind of have that kickboxing build. You look like you could compete in K1 or something like that.
Hey, if I look like it,
Yeah.
awesome. But yeah, I definitely have zero training in any kind of boxing or any kind of fighting.
Okay, interesting. Any matches come to mind as some of your favorite matches to have competed in?
Favorite matches, obviously, when I won like my first like big title at Alpha-1 against Brody Lee.
Yeah. Oh wow.
Yeah, there's a lot of guys like I just love wrestling. Another favorite match of mine was believe it or not, a street fight. Oh no, sorry, a lumberjack match against BMD.
Yeah.
Because I literally had just got back from vacation. I was sunburnt to hell. Hungover, like exhausted, but like it ended up being like a really great match, and we just like worked a really fun show. And I usually hate lumberjack matches. Like I'm not a fan of them at all. But this match was a lot of fun. And even when I watch it back, I'm like, yo, this match was like a lot of fun. I feel like all the guys who are around the ring had a lot of fun as well. And then there's a cool like twist to the ending. So I don't want to ruin it in case someone wants to go and check that out. But yeah, it's a cool twist to the end.
Yeah, I'll have to check it out myself, man. That sounds interesting. What is it like working for Ethan Page? I've been a volunteer myself, and I think he's a great guy. What do you think?
Of course, I love it. He's a guy who believed in me, right? Like he's like one of the guys who believed me from the get-go in the beginning, because again, like I don't have a lot of confidence in myself, believe it or not, especially like in the wrestling world. But he believed in me. There wasn't a fluke that I was the Alpha-1 champion for the first time, right? So he believed me. He gave me a good push and gave me the ball and let me run with it.
Do you think in the future,
and even still now to this day, like even now, right? Even now to this day.
Yeah. You think in the future we could see Alpha-1? Do you think in the future we could see Alpha-1
in the future what?
We can see Alpha-1 wrestling in bigger venues?
I believe so, because like
me too.
Ethan Page, like Julian's really, really, really ambitious. Like he's super motivated, and if he wants to do something, like he will do it. So like when the time comes, I can totally see Alpha-1 growing even bigger than what it is now today.
Yeah, especially considering the credit, like the talent they get from that they have from AEW and Impact come in, and the awesome independent wrestlers that they have. I think it might not be that far from now if he's willing to take that risk. I'm not sure. I have the right.
Of course.
Yeah.
There's always fresh talent, always new faces. Of course, you have your core guys, but always bringing in someone new, and it's good, right? Because some people want to see people live that they haven't seen before, that they just see on TV. So that always brings in a different crowd every single time. Like it was huge when Cody Rhodes came in. That was nuts. Cody Rhodes, Tommy Dreamer, those were like our biggest draws.
Yeah, so, interesting.
Bring in the names. Why not?
Cool. What promotions would you like to work for in the future other than the ones you have worked for? Any international promotions come to mind?
Well, obviously, we all have the dream, of course, of going to the big times, right? Like WWE, AEW, New Japan, but you obviously got to put in that work. So like a realistic goal would be to like wrestle for Impact.
Okay, cool.
That'd be like the most like a realistic goal.
Yeah.
But it's honestly, between you and me, it's hard to kind of set goals when I haven't wrestled in a year.
Yeah.
So who am I to say where I should be wrestling or not, right? So I gotta get back into the ring and shake off the rest. So it's hard to kind of gauge what I want to do when it's been like so long, right? It's like I haven't really even thought much very much about wrestling in the last couple of months. So
interesting.
Just kind of gotta feed, gotta eat right now, right?
Yeah.
So, but when it comes back, like I can't wait to get back into it. Like I obviously can't wait. We all can't wait. So just keeping myself busy and distracted with other things.
Yeah, that's good.
But Impact would be great. Wrestling for Destiny would be awesome to wrestle for them more. Like I've wrestled for them before, but it'd be nice to be like on the roster, let's just say.
Right.
But again, all we can do is just keep grinding, right?
Right.
We just gotta wait till everything opens back up.
Yeah, a lot of people have been off the out of the wrestling ring right now because of COVID-19. So you're definitely not the only one. I guess the majority of wrestlers have been.
Yep.
What's your diet?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
That's why it's not like. Yeah.
What's your diet and training like?
The training, well, so currently right now, like we're not really in like a gym, right? Because I used to like work out like with like the weights and everything. So I've kind of switched up my training more towards just calisthenics. Okay. So body weight exercises, dumbbells, like I'll use some dumbbells. Yeah. But mostly just body weight exercises and just trying to become as strong as I can with just my body. And
cool.
I've been doing that. So I've been getting great results just training with the body weight. And since we've all been home for the most part of this year, this whole stupid thing, I'm kind of just working out constantly, like here and there throughout the day. So if I see someone online and then there's like a small gap, I'll literally go and just do a small workout. Cause like the whole living room right now at my house is just like a nice, small little gym pretty much. And then the diet, I relatively just kind of stick to the 70-30 rule. Eat like 70% pretty clean. Yeah. And then 30%, who cares, have at her. But there's days if I feel like I worked out a lot and I put in that work, then I'll eat whatever I want. So put in the work, get a reward type deal. But obviously what my method and strategy probably wouldn't work for everyone. Right. But once you find what works best for you, then just run with it and do not change it.
Cool. I gotta say, you're really agile in the ring. Like the moves that you pull off, unbelievable, man.
I try. So I'm trying to take this new calisthenic style.
Yeah, I think
into the ring when I get back.
Have something to do with your workouts and stuff for sure. Yeah. Do you have any outside of the ring? Do you have any favorite books or television or movies?
Books. I'll be completely honest with you. I'm not a huge reader at all, unless it's like magazine or like articles and stuff like that. But like sitting down and reading a book, my brain right now will not let me sit there. Yeah. I don't have time to sit and read a book, as bad as it sounds. But the favorite book I've ever read was called "I Hope They Serve Beer in Hell" by Tucker Max. So it's like a series of true stories and like true events that he just kind of lists in the book, and they're just absolutely savage. But I read that like probably 15 years ago when I had a lot more time. But usually if I'm not working out or if I'm not eating or if I'm not training someone, I'm most likely making programs or meal plans, like mostly in all my downtime. I'm not complaining, like it's keeping me busy. Right. But yeah, to sit and read a book just seems, I don't want to say it's a waste of time. Yeah. But I don't have time to like get a novel and like get into it. If I do, it'll probably take me a year to finish it.
Yeah, it's almost the opposite of having energy, I guess, right? You gotta, yeah.
For sure.
What's can you tell me about your time in OVW? I saw that, I did a bit of research and I saw that OVW came up for some reason.
That's weird. I wish. I've never worked for OVW in my life.
Okay. I don't know why that came up. And it might have been a reference to another wrestler, but I'm pretty sure it was you. That's strange.
Send me the article after. I'm curious.
Okay.
Got an imposter out there, probably getting catfished. Who knows?
Do you think Black superstars have been mistreated or underrepresented until recently by like companies such as the WWE or?
Like in WWE specifically, sure. But I feel like in WWE, most people, in my opinion, like at least at some point in their career, kind of get treated probably like crap. Like, unfortunately, that's like the wrestling business. I'm not saying it's right. Yeah. But I don't think it's just the Black superstars in WWE. People probably notice it more. But I think there's a lot of superstars in WWE who are probably not getting treated right or not being used to their like full potential kind of thing. Yeah. Like my experience personally, I've never experienced anything along those lines, none that I can remember, besides like a stupid fan. But like in terms of promoters and the promotions I've worked for and like the guys in the locker room, I've been very lucky and fortunate that like no one's ever treated me different because of the color of my skin. I don't know if maybe they're just intimidated by me. I hope not. But I've just been lucky. So
that's good to hear, man. I'm glad. Yeah. Any wrestlers you would like to work with in the future that you haven't worked with, or that you might have unfinished business with in the ring?
Unfinished business.
Yeah, you
might I don't think I have any unfinished business with anyone, but well, I would honestly love to wrestle Daniel Garcia, because I believe him and I will put on like a banger of a match. And I would actually like to work with Cedric Alexander, just because I feel like there's a great storyline there. Just the fact that so many times I get mistaken as Cedric Alexander. Like, I'll be at a show at the merch table and people will say, "Oh, Cedric, can I get your autograph?" And I'm like, I'm not Cedric, but like, I'll sign it with my name, because we got the same hairdo and everything. And whatever. And the crazy thing is, we actually are the exact same age, and we have the exact same birthday, August 16th, 1989.
That's bizarre. Wow.
So it could be a cool storyline. Like, we could be twin brothers, and I could be that evil, jealous twin kind of thing. Like, it could be a whole thing. I always think about it all the time. I'm like, oh, we can make that work. But he'd be a great guy to wrestle. Obviously, the dream match would have been against Undertaker or Ric Flair, but that's obviously probably never gonna happen.
Yeah.
But
did you have any favorite wrestlers growing up, or feuds that inspired you to pursue wrestling, or that you might study, you might reflect upon?
So the wrestlers that made me want to like get into it, because growing up and watching them on TV, were like the smaller guys, because I was like a really small guy. So obviously I'm not going to compare it to like Kane or the Big Show. So I was really drawn to Jeff Hardy's style and Sabu's style. Cool. Oh, these are like smaller guys just using their body and throwing it around as offense. And like, let's do it. So I kind of started using like a little bit of Sabu's offense a little bit in like my earlier days. But obviously I was always a huge fan of The Undertaker, Ric Flair, awesome. But guys who like motivated me to get into it, because I'm like, hey, if they can do it, I can do it, because they're not like your typical 6'8", 325 pounds. So I really was drawn to like Jeff Hardy and Ric Flair when I was getting into it.
Cool. How do you feel about wrestling hardcore matches and using ladders and weapons, that sort of thing?
Oh, I think hardcore matches are extremely fun. Like, they're obviously very dangerous, but like, they're extremely fun. Like, hardcore matches, like I like working hardcore matches. They're a lot of fun. Awesome. There's a difference between hardcore though and like a death match. Like, hardcore matches, it's mostly like blunt weapons, right? So like a chair, a ladder, a table, a pole, whatever. Like, bring it on. But like, when it comes to like the sharp shit, like the glass and the barbed wire and the thumbtacks, I'm not that crazy about it. But it's on the bucket list. I would like to wrestle at least one crazy, gory, bloody death match, just to say I've done it. I'll probably regret it.
Yeah,
but
I
like,
hope you don't.
At least once.
As a friend, I don't want you to do that. FMW had some pretty. Have you seen the FMW death matches from the 90s?
Of course, who hasn't?
Yeah, those are awesome. With the exploding ring, like the side of the ring would explode and stuff like that. And
I think we're going to be getting some of that soon with AEW. I think they're setting up some explosive match. I think with Dean Ambrose, or John Moxley, and I don't know who it is.
Oh, cool!
But I remember seeing someone tag me in it and showed me.
Cool. That's all the questions I got written down, and this does have to be around 15 minutes so it uploads properly.
No worries.
Yeah. So I guess we'll end the interview here if that's okay.
Well, I got a question for you.
Okay, sure.
What made you want to get into starting your own little podcast? Like, what kind of made you do it, and how long you've been doing it for? So it's very recent that I started. It's like a seed that I'm germinating and hoping that it'll grow into a plant or tree. So I was writing for. I started going to pro wrestling school with Lionel and Steve Brown, and nice.
Brandon Rage was another guy, but he stopped working. We lost contact with him. Wayne Thomas. That's when I was about 15 years old. And nice. I did that from 15 to 19. I put on size for that. I did it naturally. I got up to 180 pounds from being 125 pounds.
There you go. We all know that struggle. I was there.
Yeah, I was using Mammoth weight gainer and eating 5 meals a day and 6 meals a day.
There you go. I remember the Mammoth. It's like 1,000 calories. That shake.
I was doing co-op.
I had to fill it up in 2.
Yeah, it was thick. It was a thick drink, man.
I do not miss that. But yeah.
Yeah. And then